Guys, happy Monday, happy October. We are just going to rock and roll with my inability inability to get the screen share working with the task that I have for you guys today, but it's all good. So I dropped a podcast link in our Power Hour chat. I think it's 32 minutes. You can listen to it fast if you want to, but it has some really great analogies. So I'm just going to pull one of the analogies out because I know if you have been around for a while, we have our Power Hour list of things to do, encourage, cast vision, motivate, engage, all of the things. And sometimes when we go through those motions, I don't know about you, sometimes I'm like, is anybody out there? Am I talking to myself? And so, an analogy that Melanie and Katie gave on this Direct Sales Done Right podcast, it was so good because if you were to invite a friend for coffee, or if you were to go to a local coffee shop and sit across a table from someone, and if let's just say we're going to sit down and I'm just going to say, oh, it was this, oh, my week was like this, I did this, and this. This is what I got for my birthday. This is what my husband told me. And if I just talk, and just keep spewing things, that's probably not going to be the best coffee date with a friend. That friend is probably going to say, well, she's pretty self-absorbed, and is she going to come up for air? And is she going to actually have this be a two-way conversation? Why did she invite me to coffee if all she wanted to do was talk? And then in this podcast, she said, well, is that what you're doing on social media? Are you just throwing up all the stories, throwing up all the slides, throwing up all the documentation of your life, which if that's what you want social media to be, that's fine. But if you are just documenting your life and only talking, it's probably not going to be engaging. And not only is it not going to be engaging, you will probably get frustrated with, why am I not developing new friendships? Why do I not have, relationships that are fulfilling? Or why is it falling on deaf ears that I have something to offer for people and nobody's saying, yes, I would like to take a look at what you have? For me, the frustration has been, oh, it's quiet. Oh, nobody cares about what I post, all of this. And I've made it all about me, which ironically is because I've made it all about me. And it's not interesting. It's not value adding. I can have 500 people scroll through my stories and think to themselves, huh, that's nice. Or even worse, huh, must be nice, or whatever it is that I'm sharing. If they don't understand why I'm sharing it, or if there's no opportunity to engage on bouncing back, then, and I literally I was on a VIP webinar with Katie and Melanie last week and got put in the hot seat for them to review my Instagram. And Katie got on there and she literally said, what are you asking me to do? What do you want me to do? Why am I on your page? She said, I scrolled through and it was really pretty, but there's zero calls to action and there's zero information for you saying, this is who I am, this is what I have to offer, and this is what I can do for you. Come with me. And I was like, wow. But it was true. I mean, I couldn't be mad about it because it was absolutely true. I have gotten lazy with wanting to just throw up a story to document my life, or just throw up a story because I don't know what else to do. And in doing that, it's created this whole, who am I? Who am I talking to? What am I trying to say? What do people want from me? And so if you have time, I really want to encourage you to listen to that podcast and then scroll through. Like if you click the top right where it says go to show and you can see all of the titles, grab one or two or 10. Like when I go for my walk, I listen to a podcast and it's been so helpful for those little bits of nuggets of, just like I just shared with you when she said, well, like, what do you want me to do? When I come to your page, you haven't asked me to take a look at anything. You haven't asked me to join anything. You haven't offered to solve a problem that I'm experiencing. And so when we sit down and utilize our businesses open, flip that sign and say, yes, I'm going to use this social media platform to add value, to educate, to inspire. Are we frustrated? And the visual of sitting down at a coffee shop, sharing coffee with a friend, created a whole new thing for me when I'm thinking, when I'm sitting down in my stories, I'm having coffee with whoever happens to scroll through, um, scroll through my stories. So am I creating a two-way street? Am I creating an opportunity for conversation? Am I sharing something that will ask somebody to engage with me or offer an opinion or share a thought? And it was just like this aha moment of no wonder I feel like my engagement is zero. No wonder I feel like um, nobody thinks anything I post is interesting because I've gotten in the habit of talking at people or just documenting, and I have not spent the time and effort in focusing on those key areas of, who's my ideal client or what do I want to offer? How can I add value? And even as simple as, like the story that I posted for you guys to look at, sharing a recipe and asking for somebody to share their favorite recipe without fail. If I get on, I mean, my crock pot is still in the box that I bought a year ago. I have not yet pulled it out, but without fail, when I post a question about fall is coming, what's your favorite crock pot recipe? I'll get 100 comments, 100 people who are dying to tell me what their favorite crock pot recipe is. So getting that engagement, but then Katie and Melanie really speak to that next step of when somebody comments, engage with them, thank them for their recipe, go to their page, engage on some content that they're sharing. There's definite ways that you can expand your network, increase your influence and your following by being really intentional. And how many of us get on social media with that intent to engage and create that, and then we end up just mindlessly scrolling? So I fussed at one of my older kids this weekend, and I said, "Do you realize how much? How did I phrase it? I basically said, you are being a consumer. And do you realize if you use that same amount of time to be a creator, what could potentially happen for what you're doing? Like am I just receiving, all of the social media in without being intentional with how do I want to spend my time on this platform, whether it's Instagram or Facebook or whatever the case might be." So the beautiful slide that I made for you guys that I can't seem to get to pull up as a screen share, um, just had kind of like some lists of for October. Really first pausing and saying, what can I celebrate in September? Shout yourself out if you've earned the cruise, if you added a VIP, if you added 3, anything's possible. I am on a few other leaders pages, and what I saw happening in September was absolutely mind-blowing. People earning the cruise in 3 weeks, people adding 10, 15, 20 new VIPs. Karen, was that, how do you say you added some people to my team? So as far as shouting yourself out for you, um, so I would probably, so are you talking about for like specific to social media? How would that be, a post or something? Yeah. So I turn it around to, so we're going to do a detox challenge with our team. And I just say, I'm super excited for these 5 friends that said yes, to getting healthy with me, and just make it about, I'm thrilled that they're, jumping on board, rather than it being a, yay, I signed 5 new VIPs, just shouting them out for congratulating them for starting their wellness journey, I think is a great way to do that. But really take a minute and just say whatever you can celebrate for September. That's always key for then shifting to what do I want my October to look like. And I was telling my team on one of our calls last week, without fail, when I overpost, when I feel like I'm overposting, is when people finally start seeing my stuff, and it really turns into a great, successful month for, wow, I am actually, reaching people. People are actually seeing my stuff. So I felt like I overposted all of September, and it worked out very well as far as getting new people in the challenge. I have a newer gal who is just flying through the ranks. She fast started gold, so she's gone silver, senior silver, gold, I think in less than 6 weeks. And she just kept inviting people to our detox challenge saying, we want to get you started with triplex and restore. She sold, I think she ended up adding 15. She added 11 for September and she's already added 5 this month. And it's all triplex restore. And just leading with, we all need to detox. We all have, things that we need to kind of get jump started and refocus on rebalancing in the cellular detox and inflammation. There are so many amazing testimonies, going around right now with what the Restore is doing for people. And then I know Lori Harrison has that detox support page, which has been fascinating. Even just little things like learning that lymphatic massage is important, opening up your detox pathways, stuff like that. So I think that's all very good information that a lot of people want to know. One little tip on Restore, drop in the chat if you're currently using Restore and if you're loving it, and then how you're using it. I'm seeing mixed reviews on it immediately being wonderful versus having to kind of troubleshoot through it. Everybody's different. This is when I try to let the nurse in me just kind of take a deep breath. But you guys have to remember, like for me, I don't drink alcohol ever. I mean, I don't. So when I start Restore versus somebody who drinks 2 glasses of red wine every single night, 7 days a week, there might be some differences in what my body's like, oh, hey, what do we have going on right now? Like, so I just want you to remember that the Restore will do its job, but there might be 10 other factors that we have to factor in. So if you have a new VIP who says, hey, I tried it for a week and I don't love it, that's when it gets really, really important to just ask a lot of questions. What does your diet look like? How much water are you drinking? Have you struggled with detox before? Have you been on antibiotics in the last 6 months? Like there are literally, now I don't want you to get medical. This can be for anyone. This is not because I'm a nurse. I just want you to understand that just like when you start the triplex and you possibly have some candida die off, when you start Restore, it is going to get to a whole nother level of working on that cellular detox as we're filtering out our liver. And there's some other things that you can do with that. Sleeping better. I will tell you, I did a little experiment. I did Restore 7 days in a row, like an hour before bedtime. And then I didn't take it for 3 days. And it was dramatically different how soundly I was sleeping on the Restore. The 3 days that I didn't drink it, I woke up anytime anybody moved, anytime like anything in my room changed. Anytime my husband took a breath, I woke up. I was like waking up. So it was really, really very interesting for me. Eye opener for how you need to change your diet. Yes, I think asking, hey, do you drink, alcohol? Do you drink wine? Is that something that's part of your regular diet? I think that's helpful in sleeping better, eliminating better, happy to detox. And I think just reminding people that it's a process. Some people who are using it for weight loss are doing it morning and evening. A lot of people just for detox are doing it at bedtime. Um, yes. So Jennifer, I know Emily Roberts has been very open talking about sweating a lot more, getting it all out. Sweat is one of the ways that your body is getting rid of toxins and all the things. So that's not a bad thing. Absolutely not a bad thing at all. So just keep those things in mind as you're recommending that. Personally, for me, I love triplex and trim, but for me, that is going to take a little bit longer to get on. I don't start them on the balance right away. I feel like most people will probably want to start on the triplex for the first week and then add in the Restore at week 2 and kind of go from there if they've never done the products before and like they're starting from scratch. Just because it might be a little bit of a 1-2 punch for, wow, we've got a lot going on. If they love sugar in their diet, if there's some potential for some candida die off or just some detox symptoms in general, I just like to go slow with that. That's just, I always err on the side of slower is better and easing people into it, but based on personal experience and some things that I've had. Don't drink it at bed. I notice less sleep too. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. Okay, so I know I've done a lot of talking. I'm gonna kind of just go through the checklist that I had in my brain. For October, I want you to set So in all, this is again, yes, I'm recording. Yes, I will post. This is just my personal opinion. Friends who will only do the restore. In my opinion, I think they need at least Slim Restore and BioCleanse, or Restore BioCleanse Ease, maybe just Restore and BioCleanse. I think for the full benefit, you just have to be able to support your detox pathways and support what your body is going to be going through when you use Restore. Now, is Restore a standalone product? Absolutely. Is it going to potentially work just by itself? Possibly. Will it work to the fullest extent of what we know your body is capable of? In my personal opinion, I would probably not sell Restore by itself and have somebody start on just that. Again, just my personal thing. They need BioCleanse, they need Ease, they need Triplex, but sometimes that's a little bit hard for them to do. So anyway, that's just my 2 cents. So what are the wins for September? How do you want to carry that through for October? If you had a crazy end of month like we did, I know a whole bunch of people who ordered on the 30th who are now getting their products in the last few days who need to be checked in with what's the plan? How are we starting? I always start my new people on the triplex. Day 1, Slim. Day 2, 1 BioCleanse at bedtime. Day 3, add 1 Probio 5 at bedtime also, and stay on that for the first week. That's just me. And then adding in the restore usually by day 5, also, close to bedtime. So that's kind of how we are doing it. So checking in with your customers, and then do your new people know. I verified and triple checked and saw a post. I want to remind you guys, if you have a VIP that was brand new in September, who is going to share their referral link this week and upgrade to brand ambassador, in this calendar month of when they upgraded, they get Leaders Retreat Cruise Contest points doubled. So that would be an amazing opportunity today for you guys to look at who are your brand new people from September, who is getting their products and starting their products and super excited, who is somebody who could share their referral link, make a shout out post, share their link, add their first VIP today, upgrade, and now have 3 full weeks of October where everybody that they add and all of their silver and senior silver rank ups are going to count for double credits for them. That is in the first calendar month. If they upgrade today, they have until October 31st. If they upgrade on the 30th, they only have until the 31st. It's that calendar month of a new VIP upgrading to brand ambassador. So that's an awesome opportunity for you to utilize that to cast vision and say, hey, who wants to go on the cruise with me? Pumpkin Spice Lean is just for 1 more week. And it's just for 1 more week for a reason. So stay tuned after that. But if you have people who are loving free things, how many of you will add $27 worth of stuff to your cart just so you can get free shipping, right? When you're on a shopping site or whatever, right? This might be the opportunity to say, you wanted something free, here you go. Enroll with a triplex, get your free pumpkin spice lean while supplies last. So that's something that you can work on. I believe it's any upgrade. I don't think it matters when they were a VIP. I think their clock starts when they upgrade and have this be their first calendar month as a brand ambassador. Yes. So that's something super exciting. I want you guys to literally take a card, a piece of paper, and write October at the top. Rank goal, point increase goal, new personal VIP ad goal, team joins. I want that to be a card that you are going to put on your computer, wherever. I've got, sometimes I tape things to my screen. So when I sit down, I'm like, I'm not going to forget. I'm going to hold myself accountable. Those are just some of those key benchmarks, Karen. What do you want your Leaders Retreat credits to be? Do you have a new rank up goal? What do you want your new level 1 VIP ads to be? Remember, if you add 4, you get $200 in Christmas cash. If you add 8, you get another $400 in Christmas cash. So we can all add 8 and get, our $600. That's huge, you guys. To tell somebody that they could earn $600 by inviting 8 friends to do this with you, is huge. So I love that they're doing Cash for Christmas this month as the incentive. And that's just the bonuses. That doesn't count like, what you would get for your pay points and all of that. So personal ads, team ads. Um, I'm going to brag on my friend, Mary Jo, that I was telling you just fast started gold. So the last day of September at 9 p.m. Central, she had 90 pay points. And I hope she's okay. I think she's okay with me sharing this. Um, and she just messaged me and she said, I really wanted that rank up. I'm like, I am so glad you messaged me. Um, Hold on, I'm going to put this on gallery real quick. It's like, I am so glad you messaged me. But I do not know why we're speaking in past tense because in my book, we still have an hour and 40 minutes this month left. And I said, so here's what we're going to do. You still have that goal. We still have time. We are going to get to work. And so she's an hour later than me. It made her a little bit nervous. And so I said, here's a post. I want you to go make this post right now, and we are going to get to work. Um, so she only needed 2 orders to hit her rank. She ended up signing 5 people in an hour, and then it continued to roll over to now she has another 5 people this first week because that post was still going. But here's what I want to tell you. When she made that post, it wasn't that 5 people joined in an hour. It was that she had been consistently and diligently working the entire month to add value, to personally invite people. She already had that she messaged me. She was like, I think I have enough share cards out to go senior Ruby, which I was like, that's great. But she posted that I'm looking for 6 friends who want to do this inflammation challenge with, or this detox challenge with us. And she shared her own personal before and after. But she had planted the seeds. She had watered the seeds. The sunshine had come out. It was an entire month of prepping and priming. And it just happened to be that people were on their phones, people were on their computers, people had their kids in bed and finally saw that last post. And it ended up being what was super, super effective and beneficial. And I will tell you, she has been brilliant at putting me in 3-way chats. So we've been answering questions, handling objections, rocking and rolling with a strong call to action. This is what I offered. This is what you said you wanted. Boom. This is what you need. Here's your cart. I will sit on my computer while you enroll in case you have any questions, or, I can help you do this. It was a very strong and confident, I can help you do this, and we're going to do it together with a call to action. So I was super proud, but that's your little tip for anything's possible. That's why we call it Magic Week and Magic Day. But the other tip of that is you need somebody in your corner. You need an upline, a sideline, a running buddy, an accountability partner so that when it's 9 p.m. on the last day of the month and you feel like you missed that goal, that you have somebody who says, you better buckle up, Buttercup, because we are not done yet. I have a few of those people in my life, and I will tell you, sometimes the mindset piece is just, it's one of those things where you need somebody else who is cheering for you. But that can't happen if you don't have your October card that says, these are my goals, these are my dreams, this is what I'm doing. Put October at the top. My goal any month is 3 new VIPs minimum. So I added 4 and then helped several level ones add their first, which was a huge win in my book. And a lot of that came towards the end of the month when I was like, it feels quiet, it feels discouraging, but I'm going to work on engagement. I'm going to work on adding value. I'm going to work on starting conversations. And that all worked out. Just remember though, that enrollment is step 1, day 1. That's not when we say, okay, good, now on to the next, right? So now, and with my friend, I was like, okay, you need to write all of these names down so you don't lose all of these people. And she was like, I've got this. They each have a page. I wrote down what they ordered. I wrote down what their health goals were. I wrote down, their tracking numbers. And I'm like, okay, you go, because that's exactly right. But we need some way that we can keep track of who all of our new friends are and do this accountability with us. I have 3 specific friends who are doing a reset with me starting tomorrow. So today is a prep day for a lot of us to do a reset. So I'm being very intentional about my texting with them, messaging with them, letting them know I am here doing this with you, and we will do this together because all of that birthday sugar, my body's just like, can we refocus for a minute? Can we like get back to what we were doing before? So anyway, it was all worth it, but I will be resetting tomorrow. So today will be a prep day. So you better believe that I'm going to be filling up my stories, my posts, all of the things with this is what it means to reset. Maybe you've been scared to reset. This is what I'm hoping it will do. Here's some of the benefits that we'll be able to have so that at least somebody who's considering a detox or a reset is like, I'm just going to watch. Like, I'm just going to follow along and see how she does. And then maybe next month or in 6 months or whenever, they're like, okay, I'm finally ready to try it. So don't assume that everybody knows what the 3-day reset is or that they don't need it or don't want it. It might just be that they're scared, curious, whatever, and they just need a little bit more information. And by you posting about it, then they will do it. Okay. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so at the very beginning, when we started talking about your friend who added five in that last hour, you had said that she was inviting people to do this detox because of, like, you had some really good words about it, detoxing your, cells and so on and so forth. Can you write out what she was saying, what she was messaging in our Power Hour chat, just so because some of those words are words that I haven't used and I really liked it, but I didn't get it down fast enough. So I would really appreciate that.
Perfect. Yes. And I will post the recording. I'm bad about that. Things just kind of flow when I'm talking and then somebody asks me to repeat it. I'm like, I don't even know what I just said. So yes, that's very good. But I will definitely go back through some of the messaging in the comments because I think it's a great idea and that's very helpful and very practical. So I'll post that for you guys. And make sure if you guys, anybody on here, if you're not in our Power Hour chat, message me and I will get you added and we will get all of the things posted. I'll take a picture of my beautiful screen share that I worked hard on this morning for Canva that never pulled up and see if I missed anything and I'll keep working on that. I'm always learning, always growing, but prayers for Florida. The last hour has been insane watching what the next hurricane is doing while so many people are recovering. So definitely thinking about that, but we are going to have a great October and thank you guys for jumping on. I'll chat with you guys later.